And we are live with another episode of Comic Talk. It's that show brought to you by the Keeg, where we talk about this week's new comic book releases. For those of you who don't know, new comic books come out at your local comic shop every single Wednesday. Every Wednesday is new comic book day, and we are here about 24 hours later, having read as much as we could across many different publishers, and here to talk about everything that came out this week. Everything that we could read in 24 hours that came out this week. I'm your host, Dimithri Perera, and if you're watching us live, you're watching us on youtube.com/The Keeg Show, or maybe you're listening to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc., etc. Once again, no matter how you're digesting us, whether you're watching us, listening to us, however it is, like, comment, subscribe, follow, let us know you're out there, write a review. If you're watching us live on youtube.com/The Keeg Show, hop in the chat. Let us know you're out there. There's always some people that like to watch us live. There's also an added component of watching us live. I put up the comic covers, so, you get to see all the amazing stuff that we are talking about. And if you're listening to the podcast, you can't exactly do that, but, if you're listening to the podcast, it's because you like podcasts, and that works for you. So I would recommend either or, as long as you're partaking in Comic Talk. But yes, I am your host, Dimithri Perera, and we didn't have an episode last week because we were at San Diego Comic-Con, and that was awesome. But we are back this week. We are back July 30th, 2026, to talk about everything that came out July 29th, and then also July 22nd. We're going to talk about last week's comics as well, with, the main focus being on this week. But there were some big books that came out last week that I didn't want to kind of brush over.
Right.
So it is what it is. Let me introduce our two guests, one of which was at Comic-Con last week, and I got to meet in person, and it was awesome. We got Joshua Ling, aka Joshua Stephen Ling. Joshua, what's up?
How's it going?
It's going good.
Good.
I'm tired. Are you tired?
I am exhausted. I still have not recovered, but yeah, it was great to meet in person. Get to hang, get to hug, get to do shots. It was great. It was a really fun time. Jecky, you were sorely missed.
Yeah.
But next time. But also,
absolutely next time.
It was great.
Time.
Yeah. I know that the Keegdom out there, right, is what we call what we all call our fans, the Keegdom. Fans of the Keeg and the shows that we do, like Comic Talk. The Keegdom out there, they're probably wondering, like, oh, I wonder who hooked up. I wonder who got into a fight. I wonder who scammed somebody and owes them money and has not paid them back yet. All those are valid questions. And all of those questions apply to me and Joshua.
Every single one of them.
Every single one could be answered.
Sounds like I really missed a good time. Nah, I really wish I was there. Like, before I was sad, now I'm like extra sad now.
Yeah.
Next year we're gonna have a film crew, reality TV style. The Keeg at San Diego Comic-Con. It'll be a 6-episode mini series.
Right.
Look for it on Netflix.
The Keeg takes over Comic-Con.
That's the only way to do things properly, is to get like an external film crew to do that. And now you're putting thoughts in my head, Joshua, and I'm like,
he's like, that's how we do it.
Just someone following us around with a boom mic as we argue.
Yeah. Is that how we do things next year? I don't know. But we can't spend this whole episode talking about this, but I will say that we will have an episode. So we did, Joshua and I and Justin, Freddie's roommate, and Paige Blackcloud, we did a 90s cartoon draft. So we're going to be doing a follow-up podcast episode on that this Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. So if anyone wants to tune in for that, we're going to be going a little bit more in depth on what we were talking about. Anyway, Joshua, thanks for coming on this. I would normally ask you how this week was with comics, but we're running out of time, and also we're talking about 2 weeks worth, and it was a wild 2 weeks. So
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on. Jecky Gorg, right?
Cool. You got it right. You got it right.
Okay,
What's
okay.
what's going on, guys?
Jecky Comics. What's up, Jecky?
What's going on, guys? I missed you guys. I was so jealous. It looks like you guys had a great time in Comic-Con. I'm excited to be back here though. But yeah, very good couple of weeks in comics, so I'm excited.
If it makes you feel any better, I will lie to you and say it wasn't the best Comic Con that I've had.
Nah, it's okay. I want you guys to have a good time despite me not being there. So it's okay.
Okay.
I'll experience it through you guys.
I will say it would have been better if you were there.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Agreed.
We got a lot to talk about, so we're gonna jump right into it. We obviously have comics from this week. Today is July 30th. We have comics that came out July 29th. And then, because we didn't have an episode last week, we have comics that came out July 22nd. So, the way today is going to work, we are going to first talk about our picks of the week from this week. All three of us picks of the week this week. After that, we'll do picks of the week from last week. And then we'll get into that. But first, actually, I think I'm skipping ahead. Let's go over our reading lists for this week. So let's just do this week first, everybody, and then we'll do last week's everybody.
Okay.
I hope that makes sense.
Cool.
I'm right there with you. Right.
Whoever
Along.
whoever has their list can go for this week. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. This week I read Only the Savage Are Left, #2 from Dark Horse Comics, The Horror of Godzilla, #1 from IDW, The Patron, #1 from Ignition Press, Mortal Thor, #13 from Marvel, and X-Men #34 also from Marvel.
Nice. Okay.
Very nice.
Jake, you want to go next?
Yeah. So I also read from Dark Horse, Only the Savage Are Left. From DC, Justice League Night Vision Special. From DC, the 2026 Superman Annual Year 1000.
Okay.
2026 Annual Detective Comics as well. And Queen in Black #1.
From Marvel, the new Marvel event?
For Marvel, that's the only Marvel comic I picked up this week, actually.
Okay. That's not bad. This week for me, I did Feral 25 from Image Comics. I also did Queen in Black #1 from Marvel Comics. I did X-Men 34 from Marvel Comics. I did Bishop 2 from Marvel Comics. I did DC's Hawkgirl Summer from DC. Also from Marvel this week, Predator versus Planet of the Apes #1. And I think that's it from this week. So, once again, this show, it's normally 1 week at a time, but we got to catch up with last week. What are you guys' reading lists from last week?
All right. Oh,
Go ahead. No, go ahead, bro.
oh, okay. Go the same order. Last week, Absolute Superman #21 from DC Comics, Absolute Wonder Woman #22 from DC, The Peril of the Brutal Dark and Ezra Kane story from DC Vertigo #6, Uncanny X-Men #32 from Marvel, The Hellfire Murder special from Marvel, Imperial Gardens #6. Also Marvel, Moonstar #5 from Marvel, TMNT #20, the 300th issue of Ninja Turtles from IDW,
Ooh,
and then Terminal #1 from Image Comics.
Okay. Very nice.
I'm gonna say right now, my list is significantly shorter than from last week. I have Absolute Superman #21, Absolute Wonder Woman #22. From Marvel, I read Gambit #1, and I did not get to finish Imperial Guardians, but I started it. and that
Okay.
was number five or six.
I'm going to be honest. I bought so many books last week because I hit the comic shop before I headed down to San Diego for Comic Con, and I didn't read a damn book while I was there.
How
Which
could you?
I had an idea. I was like, okay, when I get to the Airbnb on Wednesday, I'm gonna have some downtime. Was there downtime? If I was alone in my own hotel room with no plans, sure. But I was like with people, right? Friends, you go hang out. So this last week, my reading definitely took a backseat to like actually hanging out with friends that I don't normally get to see. So
That's okay, and
um,
that's okay.
thanks.
Can still play catch up.
Yeah.
And probably on a slow day for you, you probably read more than most people. So, or a slow week, I should say.
Yeah. Well, on a slow day, I read as much as most people read for comics, which is 0 comics. So I guess I'm equal to that. But okay, so everything that I read from last week, I read essentially this week. So this week I read Uncanny X-Men 32. I read Action Comics 1100. I read what did I read? Absolute Wonder Woman 22. I read part of Justice League Unlimited 21. I didn't get to finish it.
Same.
And then I read, yeah, I think that's it. Is that it for last week? Yeah, I'm looking through my comics right now. Yeah, that's it. So not as many from last week, but these are lives we live.
It's
you
tough.
know?
It's
Yeah.
tough out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but between the three of us, we seem to have read a lot of comics across these 2 weeks. So, I mean, we can get down to the nitty gritty. Let's talk about picks of the week for this week. The question being, whose pick of the week from this week was such an obvious pick for them? Like not that everything else was bad, but they knew when they read it, they were like, "This is my pick of the week, number one."
Mhm.
Anyone, or was it a competition? Was it a
For
close
me,
race?
it was pretty obvious. I think this week was a little slower for me.
Mm-hmm.
Or there was also like a lot of one shots, and those can be
Yeah,
kind of hit or miss. Like sometimes one shots are very good and
yeah.
play a big role in the bigger arc, and sometimes they're just kind of like these little standalone things. And I think there was a lot of that, kind of like standalones. So yeah, I think for me, I knew pretty early what my pick of the week was gonna be.
Okay. I mean, I'll let you
Yeah.
go.
So my pick of the week is Only the Savage Are Left, by Dark Horse, issue number 2, which is
Yeah.
um it's funny, the first issue caught my eye just on the shelf. I thought the title was just I really liked the title, and the cover was a great cover, and I just picked it up randomly. You figure out pretty quickly it's kind of like a zombie story. um I love a good zombie story. I played The Last of Us. I was a Walking Dead guy on at least the show. Even World War Z. I enjoyed the book. So, and it's in that world, right? But it's different enough to be its own thing, and the writing is really good. So I've been really enjoying it.
And this is from Dark Horse Comics, right?
It is from Dark Horse
I
Comics.
always like to give a shout out because like the third party publishers aren't always obvious,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like we know Batman is DC and Spider Man is Marvel, but
Mm-hmm.
especially Dark Horse, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
Dark Horse is literally living up to its name. It's the Dark Horse
Yeah, yeah,
contender.
yeah,
Every so often it's like pure gold.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
You
And
know,
sometimes it goes under the radar, but then when it's good, it's really good. They got some pretty unique stuff. Just like Image, but like they got some pretty unique stuff.
when I was a kid, Dark Horse was just Star Wars comics for me. Like I know they had other stuff, but like it was just Star Wars
Um,
comics. That's
for
how I
me,
knew Dark Horse.
it was Spawn. For me, like I always associated Dark Horse with Spawn.
Was Dark
Uh,
Horse Spawn
I believe so.
or was Image Spawn?
I feel like at one point it
Images
was
Images Spawn
Spawn.
now.
I feel like at one point it was, but maybe I made that up in my head. Let's see.
I think Image is or Spawn is Image because Todd McFarlane was a
Right,
creator of
one
Image.
of the founders, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
but I remember there's Predator and Alien comics back in the
Why
day.
Hmm.
why did I associate it with? Hmm.
Um, but
Yeah.
I was wondering why both of you guys read this one because I thought it was not that it like it didn't seem bad, but like I know Joshua read this one.
Yeah, I picked up issue one, thanks to Zach Kaplan, the writer sent me kind of like a preview,
Mm,
Ashcan, and kind of a little bit about what the story was about. And it honestly hooked me from just the little description. And I'm also just kind of like, I'm a sucker for an apocalyptic story, zombie story, whatever, where it's kind of, I just love the, oh, we humans are the real monsters kind of vibes,
yeah.
are like, is like always my jam. Um, and so the first issue like really hooked me with some of those kind of more human elements. And also, I think the premise is really interesting. The plague causes these people to start turning, but if you like kill one of them and burn them and inhale the fumes, it'll cure you. So you have to
Yeah.
like then
And
murder another human to
mhm.
cure yourself.
Cure
A
yourself
human
of
who's
what?
infected, the infection,
How
like
long does the
the plague.
infection last? Like before you turn?
I
Like
think
10
three
days.
days. Yeah. Yeah.
So essentially, you get bit, and you have 3 days to kill a.
Other
Monster.
infected human or a monster.
Can the
And
monsters be turned back?
no.
Mm-mm.
Once you're
That's
full
one of the
monster, you can't be turned back, right?
well,
I don't think so.
that's what's crazy about this. So like at when you're bit, you slowly start to transform, but if you're cured in the process, you will have your mind, but you'll still have the physical manifestation of transforming. So
Mm,
some people,
Hmm.
because they were cured maybe like a day into it, I'm making up the timeline,
yeah.
they might have an arm that's like deformed or a face. So there's kind of like a group of people that they're called a touched. So
Hmm.
they were bit, but they were saved before they lost their mind, but now they're like forever changed physically.
Mm,
Um, so like if you're bit, you're in this crazy dilemma, right? You're like, if I want to stop myself from turning, I need to kill someone and inhale the smoke from their cadaver to cure myself.
okay.
That's quite, it's kind of moral conundrum. You know what I mean?
But like, you kill a monster though, and you
Well,
smoke
if
it.
Well, if there's no monsters in sight, but there are people that have been cured, and you have to kill one of them so you don't turn all the way, and you don't have time to go look for a monster, or maybe killing a monster is too difficult. Whereas killing like a person that's weak but has was halfway turned,
Oh.
that person will still cure you if you kill them and burn their body.
I was looking for the moral way out, but sounds like the story is about people taking the easy way out, which is killing someone weak to
Well, you
stand.
know,
Yeah,
that's how apocalyptic stories usually go.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. At the end of
Uh,
issue two, the main character is bit, and then he's like, "Yo, well, you have 3 days to kill somebody." So,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
this is a yeah, it's been really good, and I
Mhm.
liked this. I think this was one of my contenders for picks of the week this week too, just because I think I'm really liking the way it's telling the story too. So basically, it's a rescue mission kind of vibe. This young guy's trying to go rescue this girl that he knew,
Hmm.
and just got reacquainted with. But yeah, I think I like that idea. They're leaving the safety of their like bubble fortress to go out there, and he's kind of a guy who's not really a bad like he's not a badass. Like he messes up a lot. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. He tries to talk people down rather than like fight.
Yeah.
But he's being forced into a situation where in a world that maybe is too cruel for that. So I'm interested to see where he goes and where the story takes it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Um, I mean, I'm a sucker for like same monster, new lore, like a monster we
Hmm.
know, but like new lore for like some new monster universe, right? So, okay, maybe I might pick this one up, unless
It's
it's
good.
sad. It's gonna be sad.
I mean, I
I
feel like
think
it might be
so.
sad.
We're both like, yeah, I think
Okay. All
It
right.
feels sad.
it's coming. It's it's
Okay.
it's it's a coming.
Um. Okay. All right. I'm gonna tie that in with my pick of the week, but I'll I can go, or Joshua, you want to go?
Tie it in. Tie
All
it in
right.
with your pick.
My pick of the week also has zombies. It
There you go.
it is Feral. My pick of the week is Feral, issue number 25, written by Tony Fleeks. We also got Forstner and I believe Rodriguez on art. Um, this is the 25th issue of of Feral, and there was a twist that happened a couple issues ago, and I've purposely not mentioned the twist. And now on the cover of issue 25, it literally shows you what the twist was from a couple issues ago. And that is Feral and Stray Dogs take place in the same universe.
Mm.
And again, this show, we talk spoilers, so it is what it is. But I love Stray Dogs. Comic Talk is what got me into reading Stray Dogs, because somebody on the show recommended it to me. So like, if it wasn't for this show, the show that I produce, I wouldn't have known. So anyway, the point being is Stray Dogs, great comic, very finite comic though. It was like 5 issues, and it was a beginning and an end to it. It was like one story. And in Feral, it's an ongoing. And the premise of Feral is that warm-blooded animal, like mammals specifically, are getting rabies, but it's like a specific super rabies where they are even worse, and they're rabid. So they're essentially like zombie squirrels and zombie rabbits and zombie wolves and those type of things. Now, up until this point, these bunch of cats have been on the run, and they've gone through it, and it's essentially Walking Dead, but if it was with cats as main characters. So the cats talk, they're like very cartoonish, Disney-fied cats, animals, but they do die in horrific ways by being eaten and whatnot. So,
Hmm.
are any of you guys reading Feral?
I am, because you told me you convinced me to read this, but I'm behind, so I'm reading the trades.
Okay.
Uh so I'm
You okay
like
with me just
I'm
talking about this like this?
oh yeah, I mean I've heard about the spoilers at the comic shop. So I knew Stray Dogs was coming, and a part of it because the folks at the shop were so excited. Um
Yeah. I don't look at solicits for the future.
mhm.
I only read about comics when they're going to come out that week. I purposely don't look ahead at like, what's Absolute Batman going to be about. Like
Mhm.
I don't do that. So it is what it is. But Jakey, are you reading Feral,
I'm not. It's
or
on my
have you
list.
read Stray Dogs?
No, I haven't read either. Sounds like it's something I need to look into.
Yeah.
You've both talked about it a few times on this show, and I'm like, okay, I need to eventually get to this.
Read Stray
So,
Dogs, because you will fall in love with the creative team, and then start Feral.
okay.
And I guess now you know the twist, but like also we're 25 issues in, and
Yeah,
it's
there's plenty of time for me to forget by the time I get to this.
I don't
Exactly.
there. Well, how do I?
It's okay. You can go ahead. I'll still enjoy it. I'm not one of those people that spoils like the spoilers kill the story for me.
Yeah. So here's what's up. Is it's kind of like The Walking Dead, but if cats were the people, right? So they're
Hmm.
walking and finding safe haven in different areas. So like there's a whole arc or two, kind of like The Walking Dead in a way, where they find safe haven in a pet shop, but there is something wrong with the pets in the pet shop, right? Like so there's that, but this final arc that just kind of finished off is the CDC people come in and they round up all the animals to test on them to try to find a cure for the rabies, because they're afraid that the rabies might eventually make its way to humans. And like, but they will test it on the animals and then euthanize them and then burn them, right? Like that's so it's so sad. Stray Dogs has it, Feral has it, where like these animals, these Disney animals, and I say Disney animals, this is not a Disney thing, but like
they're kind of like cute and like cartoony.
It's drawn in very similar ways like Oliver and Company. If you remember like Oliver and Company, right?
Yeah.
It looks a lot like Oliver and Company, yeah.
And so yeah, so how do I put this? Stray Dog's premise is it's so structurally sound. Stray Dog's premise is there's a serial killer that kills women, and when he kills the woman, he steals their dog, and now they're his dog. And so he has in his house 20 dogs.
Damn.
And dogs have short memory spans. They have like glimpses of their past, but like generally speaking, like dogs they have like habits that they have, but like they don't necessarily remember their old owner, but they do kind of like get like flashbacks with smells and that sort of thing. Exactly. Anyway, how do I put
So he's been killing their former owners. Or
yeah,
he's killed their former owners. So okay, I can see how that could be twisted in a really good way.
It's so good. I can't spoil the end of it. No, I'm not gonna say it. There's an ending. Let me just put it this way: issue 25. This issue is like the end of like. It's like a extra size 25th issue. Shit goes down.
Okay, all right.
And there's a question that you have from a couple issues back that gets answered in this, and I'm finally so relieved that I know at least the sense of it, you know?
Yeah. If I wanted to be twisted, my fiance, she loves cats. If I wanted to be twisted, I'd be like, hey, I really think you should read this story.
And it's not even a comic about hating cats, right? Like
no, I'm saying, but like I'm sure they go through some pretty horrific.
They go through some trauma.
They do. Trauma. I mean, a lot die, sure.
Yeah.
But what's cool about the creative team is they all love their animals. So like they put pictures in the comics. People will send them pictures of their own animals. Like it's a love story, right? Like these animals die, but like the reason we feel this way about these characters because like we get attached to our pets. So these are all animals that had owners. And the owners are forced to give them up to the CDC for testing, but some escape. Some go straight to the testing. Who knows, right?
Hey,
anyway.
I have a cat. I'm going to feel this one.
Like, yeah, it's rough, but damn, is it good. So shout out. Tony Fleeks, I think, commented on one of our episodes once. I think when I was talking about Feral or Stray Dogs or something. So shout out to Tony Fleeks. Anyway, that's Feral. I just wanted to say that because that's another zombie book. Joshua, what's your pick of the week?
For this week? I guess I'm gonna keep it kind of horror themed. I'm gonna go with the Patron #1 from Ignition Press. Basically, the premise of this book is that there's an art dealer who goes around and kind of finds up and coming talent to then kind of showcase their work. They sign a contract with him, but he has learned, just like with most things, the value of someone's work goes up after they have died. So he manufactures this hype and to get them all of this publicity, and then he kills / has them killed, and then sells their art for a much higher profit. the premise alone is like kind of cool serial killer premise.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's very unique. It's from Christian Ward is writing and John J. Pearson is the artist. Um, both of which were at San Diego. I was and I went to a panel with John, who he like does a lot of painting. So the comic is just gorgeous to look at, and it's a lot of hand painted stuff. But he also does full size art pieces for every single piece of art that the artists are showcasing in galleries in the comic. So he was saying he's made like 25 like full size art pieces, one for each of the different artists that are in, or like pieces for each of the artists that are in the comic book.
So are the art pieces real art in the real world that he put into the comic?
Hmm hmm
Wow, that's
Yeah,
pretty
he
cool.
created these giant art pieces and then like scanned them in and then like manipulated them into the comic, which is wild. And he was doing live painting for some of this stuff at
Wow,
Comic-Con.
wow.
And you could see like the giant canvases that he was working on. But yeah, it was just like the level of like creativity involved, and then getting to see it on the page and just how gorgeous the book looks on top of just a premise that's really good with a character that's so creepy. The art dealer just looks like a serial killer, and is very creepy and scary looking.
Mm,
So yeah, I thought it was great, a great first issue, and it has a little hook at the end that really got me. Um, so I'm
All
really
right.
excited about where it goes.
Jakey, you read this one?
no, I haven't.
No. Okay. Um, I mean, this I'm gonna be honest. I've never read anything from Ignition Press. You know, um, but like this sounds exactly what we talk about, where it's like you gotta like push the medium.
Hmm.
Hmm
You know, like
Yeah.
there's comics out there for everybody, right?
Yeah.
And like sometimes this is it. Maybe this gets someone into comics. Maybe this is
Yeah.
their thing. You know?
One
This sounds.
thing I'll say about Ignition too, if you haven't picked up any of their books, they've only been around for like a year, I think,
Yeah.
Wow.
and they have put out some stellar books. It's one of the few like new indie publishers where I have been like kind of just picking up number ones pretty consistently from them just because the first like two or three series that I read, I was like, these are all really good. They've got some great, like Tim Seeley, some great creative teams over there that are putting out some cool stuff. So
That's I hope they get the recognition that they deserve then.
I
Um
hope so too.
Mm.
I I need to pick up something from Ignition Press. So anyone out there who knows me and my interests and whatever, I need a recommendation that like is a for sure hit for me. The Patron sounds amazing.
Hmm.
It's not
I don't know if
necessarily
it's
my genre
Dimitri.
of
Yeah.
choice,
I don't know if that's a Dimitri sure hit.
but like I mean it sounds quality for sure, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But is it my thing? I don't know, but I do want to give them a try. Um
Joshua, what's your favorite besides this one that you've read from them or that you're currently reading?
Let's see. Just Brutal is pretty good. Basically the premise is this kid is the child of two like ancient superheroes that were fighting this evil, but they kind of kept it from them. And he's also trying to be like a filmmaker. And so he's like, I don't know. It's really fun. It's a fun like family superhero story and like kind of told in a unique way. And so that one's really good. It might be more up the Dimitri
okay.
alley,
I mean
but
it's
it's
kind of
really
like
fun.
there's like other publishers like Distillery where it's like they all look quality, but like what is really going to speak to me, is the question.
Hmm Yep.
Um but okay, all right. That is our picks of the week for this week. Let's hit picks of the week from last week, and then we'll go through whatever we need to go through. For the sake of time. I'll just I'll just hop to my one real quick. The selection from last week, there was a lot of books out last week. My pick of the week for the week of July 22nd, 23rd, is going to be Action Comics 1100. Obviously, a milestone book. You know, congrats to the small independent comic that is Action Comics, for making it this far. With characters that nobody cares about, that can't seem to get anything done, like Superman. Little known guy. But Action Comics 1100. I mean, it's funny. Action Comics is on 1100. I think Detective Comics is on 1111. As of this week, right? I think so. I
think so.
Or as of last week, I mean. 1111. So it's Detective Comics is 11 issues ahead of Action Comics. And this one is Superman focused. It's really about all the storylines have been taking place while Superman was gone after the events of DCKO. And so it's all the storylines kind of converging, and then we finally get to Superman and what's going on. And then I didn't read this week's Superman annual. I know Jecky did, but I didn't. But the 1100th issue, it was just great. I don't know what to say. Did you guys read this one?
No, I did not.
No, but it sounds like I need to. If we finally know what Superman's up to.
So, I have it in front of me. So, this one actually, did I read this one last week? I don't remember. It closes up the Action Comics story that Mark Waid was writing that had Martian Manhunter, Booster Gold, and Mary Marvel going back in time to a Smallville era Clark Kent and helping him with because they're looking for Superman in the time stream. And then that's the main story. But then you get backup stories with Lois and the Superboys. So Superman Prime especially, and that sort of thing, because that's setting up for some stuff. And then you get the big reveal at the end with the country of El Caldero. Are you guys familiar with El Caldero and what they're building up right now?
No.
Okay, so in the pages of Superman Unlimited, there is a Latin American country called El Caldero. And they, for some reason, have essentially, in a world devoid of kryptonite, they have all the kryptonite. To the point where they're trying to tap into its potential to power their country. They're not trying to use it to kill Superman necessarily, but they are trying to use it as a resource, right? And so El Caldero, they don't want Superman or any Kryptonians taking it away from them, because they're this is our power source now, right? Problem is, kryptonite is, especially in these quantities, toxic to humans. And so there's kind of a problem there. But there has been a leader of this country that is kind of skirting the line between, light and dark, because he is willing to do what it takes to lead his country. He's not necessarily bad. He's not outright killing people. He's not an outright dictator, but he is very ambitious. Thing is he has a second in command that is revealed to be General Zod.
Oh.
And General Zod now runs
Zod land there.
He because what's the big crossover that's coming out? It's like Empire of Zod or something like that. What's it called? You guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
I remember
Kingdom of Zod. Kingdom of Zod.
Yeah.
And it comes out in August.
Interesting.
So actually, it comes out next month. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see how so that's the next crossover. Okay.
With all the things, because Reign of the Superboys was kind of passing the time. Not much happened in Reign of Superboys.
Yeah.
Really didn't.
Yeah. And then Kingdom of Zod is here. where
It's
I'm not a big
Okay.
fan of Zod, but I like this. I'm very interested in what's going on here.
nice.
Okay.
In that case, you're gonna enjoy Superman annual Action Comics annual number 2026 because this tells you exactly what Superman has been up to.
Okay.
Like, so I don't want to like spoil it for you. You're gonna read it probably the next couple of days, but it connects directly to what you just told me.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
so you're gonna enjoy that.
Okay. There is a thing in Action Comics 1100 where I'm just like, Booster Gold, you idiot. So I just want to. So they boost the three Justice Leaguers. They defeat a bad guy in the past with Clark's help. So they take Smallville era Clark and they're like, okay, you're gonna help us be the beacon through the time stream to find Superman, right? And
Hmm.
so, but they're going through the time stream, and young Clark is seeing moments in his history,
Hmm.
and like Booster is
Mm.
giving him the full tour of his life, and Martian Manhunter telepathically is like,
Is that
you
you
gotta
shouldn't?
stop, you gotta stop, like, and Martian Manhunter is very worried about one moment in particular, which is the death of Superman. He's like,
Mhm.
Hmm.
you know what's coming up. It's coming up. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. So he's like, Clark, you just gotta trust me. Close your eyes right now. And then Clark's like, why? What are you trying to hide from me? So there's like a thing there.
Mhm.
It's just kind of sad, but like, why they're messing with the time stream? You know?
Yeah. Booster
Um,
They
Gold.
always be doing that.
there's also
Booster is gold.
there's a fun moment where he sees Lois Lane. He hasn't met Lois Lane yet. He sees Lois Lane, and he's like, that lady's hot for like an older woman.
That's
Amazing.
funny. That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. Um, the art is also really good too. It's just
Mm.
yeah, Action Comics 1100. I was a fan.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. All right, what do you guys got? Pick of the week for last week.
Go ahead, Josh.
Uh, I've got Uncanny X-Men number 32. I have really loved what Gail Simone has been doing with this book. It is fun. It talks about stuff, but also like it still has a lot of like pulpy funness to it. And I
Yeah,
think this particular story arc was, I mean, even with the covers, right, of like they came from outer space and like because basically these aliens come and interrupt the school dance because there's a brood colony um
yeah,
underneath the school. And so it's just like such a fun setup for like a book, but we really get to see kind of the outliers kind of come into their own, these new young mutants that are at the school in Louisiana, um, which are characters that I've really enjoyed. I've really enjoyed getting to know them. Um, and so in this issue, we kind of wrap up that space storyline. We get to see the kids like really holding their own and being X-Men, which was really fun. And we get kind of a good uh, resolution to that story. Plus, we get the team in uniforms. They give them team uniforms. They call them the New Mutants. I loved it so much. Uh,
That's
they're
cool.
in the classic like yellow and black uh, New Mutant style like
yeah,
colors. So it was so fun. I've been championing we need team uniforms for in an X-Men book for a while. So
yeah.
it was so exciting to see that at the end.
Were you the
Um,
one who turned in the question? So when I interviewed artist Luciano Vecchio, you brought up the team uniforms thing, right?
I did bring up the team
And it was
uniforms.
about a month. It was about a month and a half ago that I interviewed him, and I remember him saying, I forget what he said. Someone's gonna have to watch that interview because
Yeah.
I asked him your question, and he can't obviously say anything, but I think he said
Hmm.
something along the lines of like, if you like team uniforms, I think you might be happy. Who knows? Like,
I remember it being a solid, like, positive non-answer. So I was
yes.
like, okay,
Yeah, whatever
we'll
he
see.
said, you know,
That's
uh,
funny.
yeah. Again, Marvel, he did not, mess with any NDAs or anything.
Mm.
But it was now I didn't realize it, and then now that you mentioned it, I was like, oh, now that I think back on it, yeah, we get
That's
the
funny.
we get the team uniforms here.
We
That's
get the
really
team
funny.
uniforms.
Yeah,
So yeah, that was fun. We get the build up of Rogue and Gambit leaving for a time being to kind of cure uh Remy of his weird dragon that's inside of him.
yeah.
Um,
And the
so
Vidge is still alive. We were
he
debating whether he was dead or not.
I thought he was dead after that issue, and then they like made sure to draw him getting up or
Yeah,
something, and I was just like, okay. So
yeah.
he's not dead, although it looked like he got ripped apart.
He got because that's the thing in that issue. I forget what episode of Comic Talk we were talking about it, but like he gets his arm ripped off, and I thought he would just heal, but then there is a part where like Gambit turns back and like he looks dead. He's just like
He looked real dead.
he just like looks yeah, and I was like, so that's it. But now he got him. He pulled himself up.
You know, he's still there. He's still 3/4 of the way together.
Yeah, who knows what'll happen to his arm? I keep thinking
Yeah.
he's like Killer Croc or something, but he's not. He's not like he looks reptilian, but I don't know if he is reptilian.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's gonna just have like a little
Baby
Deadpool
arm?
arm.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know. Jakey, are you not
Yeah.
reading X-Men?
I am, but I'm really behind. I'm reading Uncanny, but I'm really, really behind.
I need you to look at the camera and apologize to Gail Simone.
Gail Simone, I love your writing. I apologize. I am playing catch up and I'm still collecting them, so I'm still putting the money in.
Okay, all right.
That's the clip for the episode. That's just the whole clip is Jakey apologizing to Gail Simone.
I have a feeling she'll like that. I have a feeling she'll accept your apology.
Yeah,
I
I hope
think
so.
too.
She might troll you though. She's like an internet troll. So
That's fine. That's fine. I would be honored to be trolled by her. So.
I was upset with Joshua for picking this as the pick of the week. I still would have picked Action Comics just because I thought it was like a landmark sort of issue. But this one made me feel some things, and I was like, when I can kind of get a better sense of the characterization than the writers doing their job and not just writing like beats, but they're writing like, there's a moment with Death Dream where he cries and he's like talking about how everybody in his family dies, right? Like he doesn't want to be alone, right? And he's only 15. It's just it was a really good moment.
Yeah. I think
It made me actually worried
moments...
that this was the final issue. I had to like double take. I was like, is what? Because it made it seem like it was the final issue.
Yeah, it felt like an ending.
Yeah.
They did a really good job. Like I said, I'm behind, but they did a really good job of introducing these newer characters that are younger and actually building them out, right? Like they went from being almost slightly annoying when they were first introduced to each having their own moments, right? Like a moment with Wolverine, a moment with Rogue or Gambit, and it was very good character development. And I think I'm a good like 7 issues behind, but
Yeah.
I've enjoyed the characters grow, and from what you guys are saying, sounds like there's more of that. So
It's definitely a slow burn series. Like there's a lot of like big moments that happen, but it's better because a lot of comics don't seem like slow burn. It seems like, everything is packed into one issue at a time. So it's always like a thing. And in this, there are threads that get picked up later. And I think that's what X-Men should be. I don't think X-Men should be 6 issues at a time. Like X-Men needs to be like a living, breathing thing,
Yeah. And I think
And
that's
the
what
art is
is
beautiful.
the art in Uncanny has been awesome. It's been so good.
Yeah.
So I
Um,
love it.
and I think this whole run so far has been spectacular with just the character development and the way in which like it's taking its time to get to know these characters. Like Ransom that we first get introduced to is
Hmm.
completely different now that he's had all of this tutelage and he's like, I mean, especially I love his relationship with Logan.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm. Same.
and just their kind of story arc. But then also they feel like a family in and of themselves. Like Ransom and Death Dream call each other brothers, and then in this episode, Jitter like tells Ransom to be careful because she only has two brothers. Like it's this thing where they feel so like well developed as a unit that it just makes the story work.
Yeah.
And I've just been really loving it.
I will
Mhm.
say, first thing, it's funny when Wolverine's like, look, I don't want to take all the credit, but like, I did train the guy. Like,
That was hilarious.
I think it's cute that like Wolverine normally is a girl dad, but like
Uh-huh.
in Ransom's
Yeah.
case, this is kind of like his first son. Maybe Kid Omega was a little bit of like his like protege for a little bit, but like
But you're right.
Ransom seems like he's like his son, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, for sure. Wolverine definitely tends to like look after like the Jubilees of the world, the Kitty Pride. That's usually like, you know. But you're right. I didn't even think of that. But
yeah,
I love their relationship as well.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, I will say though, probably the this series has to be careful not to get into the CW Flash's territory of are they dating or are they adopted siblings? Because everybody, all the new mutants in this are like siblings, except
Coupled up.
Calico and Jitter are dating. So let's be careful what we're
Yeah.
doing here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
They're different. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got, they're siblings. They're
it's
found family. They're
found
found
family.
community. They're
It
found community.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
teen drama, you know. It's a little teen drama. There's always a little teen drama in X-Men, right? Like it's okay.
yeah,
Hmm.
but like the original X-Men and even like later incarnations, they never say they're siblings because it would be
That's
weird
true.
if Cyclops said Jean
That's
Grey
true.
was like a sister to him. It's weird, you know?
Well, then it sounds like she's friend zoning him. Like
Yeah,
that's
I think the purpose of like X-Men not saying they're siblings is because let's be honest, all the X-Men hook up with all the X-Men. Like so
absolutely.
they don't normally say we're siblings outright like these characters do. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
we got to hop to Jeky's pick of the week from last week, and then a couple of key series that came out this week or last week, and then quick one sentence reviews. Also, I just want to shout out there's a variant cover of Uncanny X-Men 32 that has Rogue there, um, leaning over a pinball machine, I think, and it's an amazing cover. And I don't know who the artist is, but someone should cosplay. Someone should cosplay that Rogue. Is all I'm saying.
Okay. Now I'm gonna have to go see it now.
Jakey, what's your pick of the week from last week?
So my pick of the week from last week is Absolute Wonder Woman number 22.
Was it
Um,
Absolute Wonder Woman or Absolute Superman?
you know what? It was a tie between the two. It is Absolute Superman. I'm sorry. You're
Okay,
right.
okay,
But it was really very close. But
yeah,
so this finishes the arc with Shazam or Absolute Shazam
yeah.
and
King Shazam, right?
King Shazam, and Jason Aaron has had his foot under gas for this series and this fight, and he just never took it off. So I really loved the ending. That transformation with the two hammers was amazing. Of I was just telling someone the other day, this is one of the best super powered brawls that I've seen in comic books in a very long time.
I didn't
Like
get to
It was
read
like
just
this one.
3 issues long, right?
yeah,
The
it was
fight
like
was like
it
3 issues
it was
long.
3 issues long, and they're like going from like continent to continent, and also the description from what's happening just tells you how intense this fight is, and like it was just a great fight, and King Shazam is insane. And like I said, also it's very Jason Aaron, right? Jason Aaron does
Mhm.
this thing where sometimes he does like a slow build up, but when he gets to like kind of like the climax or like of a story, he stays there, and I really appreciate that. He did the same thing in one of his Thor runs where there was
Mhm.
a lot of building, but then when he got to the God Butcher, he really stayed there, and I really loved it. Like I said, the transformation was great, and also I like the fact that even at the end, it wasn't a total victory. Um,
Mhm.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I really liked uh Dimitri, you said you haven't read this, right?
It's literally in front of me right now, and I'm just like scrolling through it.
Mhm.
Not
Okay.
scrolling,
I
flipping,
don't want
because it's
to
literally in my hand.
I think how Clark ends up winning
Mhm.
is really cool. And I think it is like a little bit of like showing Clark using his brain a little bit.
Mhm.
Or I guess Superman. I don't know that he's necessarily Clark in this series, but Superman using Kal-El using his brain as well as just his like uh his power. Because I think it is really the way that he like talks to King Shazam through the whole thing, and then that's how kind of the resolve of
Right.
the fighting happens. It
Yep.
was like real. When it happened, I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit!"
It's like he
Like
got him.
it,
He
he
got him.
got him. Like
Mhm.
it was so good. And
Mhm.
then yeah, just to have again that brutal brawl on the moon, just like insane.
That
It's
was
not
so
the
Just
sick.
like
moon though, right? It's a moon.
oh, it's
I
the
I,
moon.
I think it's the moon.
Do they blow up Earth's moon?
They,
Well, I mean, kinda.
chunks of
It
it.
gets fixed. It gets
Yeah,
fixed.
he fixes it, but like
Okay, yeah.
chunks of it.
I'm scrolling through it. I'm like, okay.
Like, and I mean this in a good way. This almost felt like a Dragon Ball fight. I don't know if you guys remember our Dragon Ball guys. This almost felt like a Dragon Ball fight. Like the
Hmm.
speed,
Yeah.
the everything happening, the like this was such a good fight. And also it was a four-way brawl. But really
Hmm.
it was really 3-on-1 at one point, and King Shazam took Superman, Hawkman, and Steel on. And and again, I'm gonna say again, that transformation with the armor, I did not see that coming, and that was amazing. That was fire. I
Yeah,
loved it. With the two hammers on the moon, that was
it
that was
was
sick.
sick.
Before we move on, I just want to like it looks like a cool issue. I was just flipping through, right, but like the ending, uh King Shazam gets sent to an off-world planet, a planet full of doomsday creatures. That's Krypton, right?
Mm.
That's what I'm gathering. All it says is thousands of light years away, and it's this like messed up planet, and there's doomsdays on it, and it looks
I
like there was a civilization there. I think
I
this is Krypton.
I don't know. I didn't think of Krypton. I did recognize the Doomsdays, because I thought that their Krypton was completely blown up. I don't know if there's a physical.
Was it blown up or was it like shards of whatever's through it?
I felt like it was blown up, but I could have also just been assuming that because of previous history in Superman.
Yeah, because in it, I would have to look at the architecture in the begin, like the first arc, but like
Hmm.
these little globe building looking things look like maybe from what was on Krypton.
I feel like their stuff looked a little more traditional in terms of civilization than what it was
Hmm.
originally. No, I
Okay.
not. I don't know.
All I know it's a planet full of doomsdays.
It's a
And
planet full of doomsdays.
the color that bright red is definitely reminiscent of that absolute universe's Krypton. So
Yeah,
Hmm.
I can see where you're getting that from. I didn't think of Krypton at all. So we'll see.
we shall see.
Yeah.
All right. So between this week and last week, we obviously went over our picks of the week, right? But like, for the sake of time, let's hit everything else that we got to do. And if you gotta, you know, I'm gonna have to rein it in at some point. But we got to talk about like what are some ones that you are just dying to talk about because that they came out this week or last week, either or.
I can talk about Absolute Wonder Woman number 22.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was really good. This also concludes an arc. I think compared to the other members of the Absolute Trinity, Diana had more wins than losses. So it's nice to see her actually have some real losses that seems like they're going to have consequences. Like she lost her friend Barbara, and we don't know what's going to happen with her, if she's going to transform or if she's going to hold this against Diana. And she had to get pretty borderline reckless to save her mom here. She basically had to attach her soul to her mom's soul. So if her mom was killed, she would die, and the gods have plans for her, so they don't want her to die. And
Yeah.
that's so because of that, she forces the gods to intervene. And I think that's pretty
That's a
just
ballsy thing to
that's a
do.
ballsy move, but also like, in the past, she's either outsmarted or straight up defeated people. This is like her literally like asking them for help, and we still don't know which gods are supporting her, which gods are against her, and she's typically been very reluctant to like have the gods be so involved. So I really enjoyed this. It felt like real consequences that I'm excited to see where they go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute Wonder Woman continues to be like, I hate to pick favorites because all Absolute books are good. They're just doing different things.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute Wonder Woman though hits a part of me in my soul
Same.
that is different. It's just different.
Mhm.
It's built different, right? Like this was a end of a two issue story arc. This is the craftiest. Like she is crafty. Like Diana, Absolute Diana is
Mm-hmm.
crafty. Like
Mm-hmm.
she will not only outsmart, but she will twist things and find loopholes. And she has dark magic, and she will find ways to make things work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed. I think this is, again, like Jakey said, I think this is the first time we get to see her like stumble a little bit, take some L's, and also just like have to come up with a really kind of consequence heavy solution to a problem. And so I'm really looking forward to how that goes. And she's made her like chosen deity, like her, be kind of pissed off at her
Yep.
and be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
And you, but it is what it is now. And there will be like, so I'm interested to see how that relationship will play out moving forward too.
Yeah.
But yeah, great issue.
Um Also Absolute Barbara, who will become Cheetah, like I love that interplay between her and that demon god, right?
Hmm.
Like the idea is I'm not here to trick you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to tell you what you already know, and that is you're tired of being just human.
Mm-hmm.
You want to ascend, essentially.
Right.
I don't know if you guys have seen the artwork for what the new Absolute Cheetah is gonna look like. Have you seen it?
No,
Hmm.
I didn't know
It
it was
It's
out.
gross.
it is gross. It is
No.
it is they describe it as a cheetah monster wearing Barbara's skin in like pieces. Like she is
Ooh.
both parts. She has a face on top of her face. If you turn the image upside down, you will see Barbara's face.
Oh my God. I
Like
see.
if you look it up. They released that
Yeah,
at San
it's
Diego
gnarly.
Comic-Con. Speaking of San Diego Comic-Con, shout out to Deanna Kinney in our chat right now. Deanna was also at San Diego Comic-Con. We all had the pleasure of being able to meet her in person. Straight out of Switzerland, as the youth say. Deanna says, "OMG, are these the greatest comic content creators in the game? The Dimithri, the Jecky, and the Joshua?"
I think so.
Yeah,
We're just missing her. That's what's
Yeah.
that's the missing piece.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, this is Absolute Wonder Woman 22.
Mm-hmm.
It is,
Great issue.
I'm gonna hop to something that I really just want to talk about, and I messaged you guys after I finished this, and that is Bishop issue number 2. This could have been my pick of the week this week.
Okay.
So, Bishop, written by Saladin Ahmed, this might be the best interpretation of Bishop as like I've ever seen. Maybe this is me being short-sighted, that I'm focusing on what is the newest thing that like grips me, but Bishop has gone through a long road in his history of like being like a almost MacGuffin. He's just a time traveler that's there to figure things out. Then you also get him in like other series where he does a little bit more, but then you get him turning into a bad guy and then whatever. The premise of this series is so damn good, and it makes Bishop into like a real person. So basically, Bishop is obviously in the present, in the 2020s, as they say, and a time portal opens up, and members of what's called the Final Brotherhood appear, and these are villains from the future, and I haven't figured out whether they're like descendants or whether they've merged powers within themselves, but basically they have a combination of two Brotherhood powers. So Flamequake has Pyro and Avalanche's power, and she's from the future. And I can't tell whether she's the child of those two lineages, which I think is more interesting than like she's gotten like clone powers of both. But they just introduced Skipping Stone. Skipping Stone has Blob's power and Toad's power, and he jumps real high, and he like rockets straight down invulnerable style and like causes like damage.
Wild.
And they are this is the wildest part of this premise of this series. They have gone back in time to kill someone who is detrimental to the time stream. The one person that's going to cause this apocalyptic future. Bishop.
Wow.
Okay,
Oh, how the
interesting.
tables have turned.
Is it one of those all like what's it called? The road to hell is paved with good intentions situations? Like
No.
is he
Doesn't know why it is, but all you get from it is he went back in time to find the person who caused the apocalypse. That was his mission. And then other people have another mission, which is kill him because he starts an apocalypse. So it's super funny.
That's funny.
Sadly for him, both bittersweet, his sister has come back in time to stop it from happening, but his sister is dead. This is a sister Shard who it's before she dies, and she's come back in time to protect an even older Bishop than what she remembers. So he gets his sister back, and he wants to tell her about what has happened. He essentially says, screw the time stream.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell her.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to tell her how she died. I can't have that happen. There's some really good moments in this series. There's a moment where Shard is like, oh, have you met the X-Men? And he's like, I am an X-Man. It's crazy, but I am. And then Shard is like, that's crazy. What's your code name? And he goes, Bishop. And she's like, your last name is your code name?
That's funny.
It's so funny.
That's funny.
Yeah. It's again, the characterization in these two issues alone have made up for the horrible characterization in the past, making him like a real weird, like he got really weird, right? Where he's trying to kill Hope as a baby.
Yeah. And the crossover, I felt like that crossover with Cable was a little strange too, the one that came out last year.
Oh, when they went up against the Children of Tomorrow or whatever, the Tomorrow people or whatever they're called.
Something like that. Like, So I didn't love that.
This has him as an actual person, not just a Terminator.
Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it, actually. Like sometimes Dave Bishop has been, because he kind of just pops in with a mission and pops out, and it's always time related. He is basically like a Terminator. Like it's like the actual character development is not always there.
Yeah. Also, by the way, I don't know if you guys are watching X-Men 97 season 2.
I was just thinking that they're doing a really good job of Bishop there too. Bishop, I'm really enjoying Saint Polaris. That's really cool. And talk about uniforms. It's like the uniforms are dope too.
Yeah. Also, I ship the two. I never paired the two together. I've never seen them even interact at all.
Right. But I'm like, yeah, my boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
wish fulfillment because I've always talked about my love for Polaris, and it's like if
Bruh,
I was in that universe,
it's the green flowing hair, bro. Like it's like, what are we
Yep.
doing? Come
yeah.
on.
We gotta move on. Sorry if I commandeered the conversation towards Bishop. Let's hit
It's
everything
okay.
else on our list. One sentence reviews. Is that cool with you guys?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna go with the books that came out this week first. And I mean, I'll just go. Is it cool? I just like click through it, and then
Yep.
we can kind of hit that. The Mortal Thor issue number 10.
13. But
Oh,
yes.
sorry, 13. Sorry, the
yeah.
finale of this issue of this series, right?
No.
Is it
Still
not
going.
I thought this was the final issue.
I don't. Nope. We got more. We got more. I mean, it switches. I mean, the numbering switches because the next issue is the 800th issue of Thor.
Oh, but the Mortal Thor part is ending.
It shouldn't be because we still don't know where Thor is, and we're still following Jarlson.
Right.
Uh,
But I think they're not calling it Mortal Thor going forward.
It's gonna go back.
oh,
Like, you know how
okay.
like
I
it was
mean,
Immortal
sure.
Thor and
He
then
was
Mortal
immortal
Thor.
before. It was immortal
Yeah.
before, right? And they switched it to mortal.
Well, yeah, I'll be surprised. This issue followed Magni in Asgard, so it didn't even really talk about the character on Earth on Midgard. But I love the series. I think it's incredible. I think if you're a Thor fan, they're doing some cool stuff with the lore. You should definitely read it. This issue was badass. It basically took place over 100,000 years. Um, Pretty crazy stuff happened. Enchantress doing Enchantress stuff. We got an All-Mother now
Okay.
Oh,
on the throne.
okay.
I think I got to pick this up in trade.
I think that's a good call. I think
Yeah.
it'll read really well in trade.
Okay.
Yeah, same. I'll probably do the same.
Moving on, Detectives Comics Annual 2026.
This was a very typical annual where it's kind of like a standalone. The humors, it leans a little bit more on the comedic side. It's Lobo. There's a bounty on Batman, so he grabs Batman, takes him to space, and they end up figuring out that he's been framed. And it's just two characters whose personalities are a terrible combination in a team up, and it's just that it's its own thing. It doesn't connect to any bigger story along the Detective Comics run by Tom Taylor. I love
Yeah.
Tom Taylor's writing style. He does this a lot, and his Nightwing run, he had a few of these where it's just like its own thing, and it's like a random team up or something like that, and it's it's not groundbreaking. It's just like a few fun laughs.
I mean, that's the point of an annual, right? It's a standalone issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But some annuals I feel like connect in a way to a bigger plot, like Superman did. But
Yeah,
this
you got a
one
one
really,
sentence review for Superman?
it tells you where Superman's been this whole time, and I yeah, I don't want to spoil the rest, but it tells you where Superman has been since DCKO. In a way, this is them officially closing DCKO.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That was Superman Annual for 2026.
Yep.
Do you read Spectacular Spider-Man Brand New Day number 3?
I did not. I
Okay.
didn't get a chance to.
Did you guys read Queen in Black number 1? I was not interested in this. I just decided to read this one because I'm like, I'm just going to give it a shot. And it
Right.
wasn't bad or anything. I just don't like symbiotes.
Yeah. I read it because I know the Spider-Man, the last arc you told me was really good with the serial killer. And
Yeah.
I was wondering if this was gonna connect to it. I know some people really like the MJ as Venom, so I was like, well, let me see and get a feel for it. I don't know if it's because I don't have enough backstory. It wasn't enough to get me hooked. I was kind of like, okay, well,
Yeah. My like, if I had to sum it up in one sentence, it would be Death Spiral converged 3 series together in all the ways that I love.
Mm-hmm.
And this converged multiple Spider-Man related series together in the things that I'm not interested in.
Yeah.
So they both did very similar things, but not in the same things. So
Yeah.
it's fine. I'm not saying it's bad. It just wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah, and I'm not sure I understand Noel's new power up situation. Like he's now the king of light instead of being the king of dark.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I hate Noel. I legitimately hate Noel. I
You
do
would get
not care
along.
for him at all.
My best friend hates him too. You guys would get along. My best friend will go on rants about how pointless he is as a character.
I just, yeah. Yeah, you know. Moving on, Justice League Night Vision special.
I read it. Um, It was nice. It was another odd pairing. It was Lex Luthor and Batman, and post DCKO, a lot of characters have had visions, so their vision takes them somewhere. They're not quite sure why, but if basically it's unannounced, they're slowly piecing together that Darkseid is coming back, so they're still leaning on this thing where even though KO is done, Darkseid is kind of like still a god and entity, and he's eventually gonna come back. It's an odd pairing again, but in a good way this time. It's like they're both highlighting their differences and their similarities, and they're taking jabs at each other throughout the whole issue. So
Okay,
that's kind of fun.
cool. We'll do like 5-second reviews. We're gonna cut the time even shorter. Horror of Godzilla, issue number 1, IDW.
Badass. So good. Scary. Big scary Godzilla. Really fun.
Okay, cool.
So,
X-Men issue number 34. This was the Juggernaut themed one. This was also really damn good. It was a standalone.
It was fucking awesome.
It was essentially like for people who want more political like race sort of imagery in their mutant stuff. This issue was all about that. It was about being an ally. It was yeah, that's all I gotta say.
It was awesome. A
okay.
lot of cool Confederate statue slash stuff going on in there. I've fucked with this issue so hard. It was
Okay.
so good.
This was like absolute Batman annual, but in a different way.
Ah, okay.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I see what you mean now.
Like
Yeah.
in a different yeah. Um I don't know if you guys read DC's Hot Girl Summer. It was just a collection of short stories. It's fine. It was cute. It is what it is. It's a summer anthology book. What are you gonna do? You know?
Right.
Predator versus Planet of the Apes, issue number 1 by Marvel Comics by way of 20th Century Studios. If you like Predators and Planet of the Apes, this works great. It's a setup, and it's the old Planet of the Apes timeline. It's the original one, not the new one. It's exactly what it sounds like. Can't really. I won't divulge anymore. It's just the beginning, so it is what it is. Justice League Unlimited issue number 21. Did you guys read this one?
No, I didn't get to it.
No? Okay. I just read the first couple of pages. I mean, not much to talk about other than the art is amazing and I like the series. I just didn't get to it.
Okay.
Gambit Wanted, issue number 1.
I read it. I was really excited about this. I was actually very disappointed. It was very gimmicky. The writing was very gimmicky. Like a lot of things, when things happen that make no sense in terms of even like it was just very gimmicky. Like Bullseye shows up and it's in the past, so as he jumps through the window, he introduces himself. My name is Bullseye, and I'm da 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 da. It was very kind of like gimmicky, and I was a little disappointed because I was looking forward to it.
I didn't read this one, but it's written by Chris Claremont, and I love Chris Claremont.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this might be the only way to get like the older iconic writers onto a series is by setting it in the timeline that they knew. Because Chris Claremont, I don't know if he's keeping up with X-Men right now. I don't know if he wants to write X-Men in the iteration that it is right now. So this is kind of like good for him, but also it is very retro in that sense, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
With the
Yeah.
style and everything. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Long Way Home, issue number 2. Did you guys read this one?
No.
No? Okay. Imperial Guardians number 5. Somebody read this one.
Yeah, closed out this mini series because it's Marvel, so they can only do 5 issues. Uh, I thought the ending was cool for this team. I really need it. It also sets up a big, but something's coming next, but we don't know what the next thing is because there's no other series announced. So
Yeah.
it didn't really solve any of the questions from the series at all, which is kind of frustrating.
Mhm.
Well, okay. You win some, you
Yeah,
lose some.
so but overall, I enjoyed the book a lot. I
Mhm.
thought it was a big sleeper hit. Just this issue ended it in a way that wasn't satisfying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm 2 issues behind, but I was enjoying it.
I'll read it in trade. I think this is one of those. It's 5 issues. What do you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Moonstar issue number 5, also a finale. Did you guys read this one?
Also, yeah,
Mhm.
same deal.
Really? It just got
Yeah,
wrapped
I
up
mean,
real
I
quick.
just got wrapped up real quick. Again, I think it's just the story was interesting. Moonstar is a great character. Danny Moonstar rules. Please put Danny Moonstar in stuff, but or give her her own real series. But yeah, it was just fine. The ending wasn't very satisfying for you have 4 issues building this thing up, and it's just like I just did it.
I
I'm like,
wonder what
okay.
happened. Were these writers were they preparing for 6 issues and then they got bumped down to 5?
Mm.
Sometimes that happens. I wonder what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
I know that you really want to. We're running out of time, but I got to get through everything. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 20. Quick thoughts. I know it's 300th issue.
300 to 2. I mean, it just continued the story, the main storyline. There was a backup storyline, a backup story in there about cleaning up the timeline, which was fun. I am really excited about this story arc and where it's going, and the new creative team that got announced at San Diego Comic-Con.
Which
So,
is who?
I, Matthew Rosenberg. Um, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember the artist, but yeah, super stoked on it.
Mm,
I love this series. It's great.
okay, cool. Peril of the Brutal Dark and Ezra Kane Mystery issue number 6 by DC Vertigo.
Another finale, but this one was very satisfying. Had a big like kind of Indiana Jones ending where
Mm.
he kind of helps save the world, but also kind of just stuff happens, which I thought was really fun. Great book. Nazis trying to take over. Uh, Nazis are always bad guys.
Yeah,
It's great. And then we're gonna get another new mystery. So it's
good.
not technically the end. So we'll get another new mystery in a few months.
I like the idea. I read the first couple of issues. I like this idea of like self-contained stories, but like then we move on to the next one. It's
Mhm.
Sherlock
Yeah.
Holmes, right? It's kind of like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm
And then
about
did you
it.
guys read the Hellfire Murder? I didn't get to read it.
I didn't
I
get to read
did.
it either.
I
I bought
did.
it.
I enjoyed it.
I didn't get to read it, but okay.
Uh, some shit goes down.
Cool.
Stuff happens. It really, and I think it might have consequences moving, like actual consequences. We'll see. But yeah, a prominent person actually dies.
Okay.
So, and it sets up maybe a new brotherhood type group, which is pretty cool.
I
Um,
heard about this. Okay, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
it was solid. It was fun. And you get Wolverine and Jubilee being detectives. It's pretty fun.
Okay.
Nice.
And then last but not least, and I think this is the last one. Let me know if there was anything else that you guys read that I didn't get to. Terminal issue number 1, written by Robert Kirkman, from Image Comics. I think this is the last book on our list.
Hmm. Uh, yeah, this was if you like 90s like X-Men style like superhero books. I mean, it's drawn by Andy Kubert, uh this first story arc anyway, and then it's going to have Art Adams and David Finch coming in later for other story arcs. Big world building issue, but it has that 90s comics feel.
Okay.
Except there's it's Kirkman, so there's like intestines and stuff.
Inevitably.
Uh, it was a big, people dying unexpectedly.
Mhm.
It was a big like setup issue, but it kind of gets you into the world. I'm gonna keep reading it and see. Kirkman's hit or miss for me, but I think it'll be cool.
Okay. I got it in a blind bag. I got a blind bag for it, but
Oh,
I haven't
nice.
read it yet. So again, all the many books that I got at my local comic shop. Go to map.comicshop, find a comic shop near you. But you know, I didn't get to read it because of Comic Con. But I'm gonna give it a shot. Um,
Yeah,
I think that's everything that we read this week and last week, right, guys?
that's it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We got through it. We are overtime, so we got to wrap things up real quick. First of all, I want to thank you both so much for coming on this show. Just being awesome people, awesome friends, awesome podcasters, awesome content creators. You guys are amazing. I'm so lucky that I was able to hang out with Joshua, and I'm unlucky that I wasn't able to hang out with Jecky. So, you know, we will make it happen in person because I'm really happy that we have the show that we have with the people that we do it with. So
Mhm.
thank you guys so much for being a part of that. Before we get going, Jakey, what do we got? Where can we find you? What do you got coming up? Anything you want to plug?
My name is Jeky. Jeky Comics. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram mostly. I'm gonna start posting a little bit more this week. I got a few videos coming out, and I'm gonna start talk about comic shows and movies. So it should be fun. And
Awesome.
thank you for having me. Always a pleasure talking to you guys.
It's always great having you, man. Joshua, same questions. Where can we find you? All that jazz.
Joshua underscore Steven underscore Ling on Instagram and TikTok. I'm gonna hopefully be doing some more review slash analysis videos, less just haul videos now that life has settled down a little bit. I've also got a project that I'm working on that I don't want to, can't really talk about it yet, but working on another creative project that I'm really excited about, and hopefully we'll be able to share some of that soon. But you can find about it on those places where I am.
Dope.
Awesome.
Dope, dope.
For anyone who saw us at San Diego Comic Con, thank you so much. Maybe you are watching this episode right now at youtube.com/the Keeg Show, or maybe you're listening to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. Wherever you are, like, comment, subscribe, follow. Let us know you're out there. Doesn't cost you anything to support the Keeg and the many shows that we do here at the Keeg, like Comic Talk, which is every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Or maybe the Keeg Chats, which is the show that we do like one-on-one interviews with people. Recently, Luciano Vecchio. I also got some other people lined up that we're going to be talking to, so stay tuned for that. We also got the Keeg Talks, where the Keeg Talks, big movies. Obviously, Spider-Man is coming up, so we're going to be talking about that this weekend. We're also going to do a recap, 90s recap under that banner, the Keeg Talks 90s cartoons, with the same lineup that you saw at San Diego Comic-Con. We're just going to go a little bit more in depth with the cartoons from the 90s that you know and love. Joshua's on that one, and that's this weekend, Sunday, August 2nd, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. But we got a lot of stuff. I'm reinvigorated after Comic-Con. I'm tired, but I'm also like, okay, I need to start being Mr. Terrific and moving these chess pieces,
Mhm.
in the right ways. But yes, it doesn't cost you anything to support us on social media at the Keeg Show, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. But if you want to support us in more monetary ways, you could support us at patreon.com/the Keeg Show. We got a drunk episode up there. Also, if you subscribe, you get a free Keeg t-shirt in the mail. So essentially for the first 3 months, your money goes towards making a t-shirt for you. So we don't really get much off of that, but hopefully you stick past just getting the t-shirt. But I am thinking about doing some more drunk episodes, maybe one where we talk about the sex lives of X-Men. I'm not quite sure. That might be that's like extra dirty stuff that you gotta pay to to tune in for. So who knows what'll happen, but we got a lot of stuff lined up for the next however many months. I'm very gracious and grateful for you guys being on the show and anybody out there watching and or listening. Shout out to Deanna Kinney, who was in our chat earlier and also at San Diego Comic-Con. She's great. Shout out to just the Comic Talk crew in general. Yeah, I mean, I wish I could talk more about how much this show and you guys, how awesome you guys are. So, you know, I'm running out of time. So there is that. If you want to follow me personally, you can follow me at This Is Dimithri to see what else I'm up to. I got to do more content personally. But then the Keeg and all the content there, TikTok, Instagram, at The Keeg Show. And, you know, all other social media. Go to map.comicshop.com, find a comic shop near you, support your local comic shops, and support your local public libraries because they got comics there too, and they also need our support. Spread the love of what you guys are reading. Read a lot of comics. Spread the love of that. It's way better to talk about stuff you like versus stuff you hate. But, you know, hey, we're here to create a community. So, you know, let's be critical, sure, but it is what it is. That's pretty much it. Spider-Man comes out tonight, so I got to get going to host trivia and then go to Spider-Man right after. So
yeah, I'm going right now. I'm literally getting up.
What it is. You're going right now? I'm
right
keeping
now,
you? All right. Well, in that case, thank you, Jecky. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you to everybody out there. Once again, I am your host, Dimithri Perera, and this has been Comic Talk for the week of July 30th and for last week, the week of July 23rd. Either way, see you guys next week.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
See y'all.
Super fast, gotta beat the boss and get the loot, cause it's the king, and we got geek news.